friends, good to see you again. So let's talk about Mercury retrograde because it is upon us once again. I know we all love this cycle because it isn't annoying at all. So when Mercury is retrograde, that means he is retracing his steps for a time. And we have Mercury retracing his steps in Capricorn until December 23rd, where he will enter the sign of Sagittarius. And Mercury will retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius until January 1st. So this is a time where we rethink things. We reconsider. A lot of times we can solve problems that are more chronic or that we've been sitting on or something we've been wrestling with during a period of Mercury retrograde, or we get enough information, we get the clues, we get the stuff we need to make some progress. So we have Mercury retrograding in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is about ultimately how we take responsibility. It's about our barrier. It's about the expectation that we set for ourselves and meet, the expectation that society may have set for us that we decide to meet or to not meet, depending on how well we are in control of ourselves, depending on our level of security. So we're looking deeply at what is our brand of security. Do we just think we're secure? Or are we really secure? What do we really think about ourselves? Because sometimes we can have a situation, a condition, a person, a relationship, a going on of some type that can show us things about ourselves that maybe we didn't know before, or that we need to be reminded about, or that we only kind of halfway know in the middle of our brain, and now we really know what's going on. This is what relationships are for. They teach us about ourselves. And we are learning probably some humiliating things in the sign of Capricorn. Because Capricorn is about how we stand tall, how we have a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning, self-respect. And it's very, very much related to our drive. What's our North Star? What is it that we're going towards? What do we want to be? How do we want to be? Who do we want to be? So we see the chinks in our armor. And sometimes we may not know ourselves as well as we think we do. I know I certainly experienced that. And when we have those moments, we have to forgive ourselves. We have to incorporate what we've learned, even though it can be sometimes humiliating, because often what we find out about ourselves is different than what we think. It's different than what we already know about ourselves. We have to stretch our identity in order to encompass new information. So if we have our devolved expression of Capricorn take over and we wall stuff off because it's just too uncomfortable to incorporate into what we know about ourselves, well, we're not making much progress, and we're probably going to get more of the same. Humility is a Capricorn thing. And Mercury retrograde, we're probably going to be looking at some things related to our agreements, our expectation of ourselves, our standards, our morals. How can we shore that up? How can we just come to know ourselves better so that we can respect ourselves more, so that we can keep our agreements better, so we can practice greater self-control. And when Mercury reaches Sagittarius, we have a different theme for a time, from the 23rd to the 1st. Sagittarius is the sign that precedes Capricorn. It's about learning, growth, higher education, what leads to the standards that we end up making and meeting, the self-respect that we find in Capricorn. So in Sagittarius, we're looking at what are our underpinning morals? What are our ideals? What is our belief about, our own personal law? Because we have the formation of law, the reasons for law, the morality that underpins law in Sagittarius. We have the enforcement of it in Capricorn. So what is it that we really believe? Some of us, I think, are going to be finding out that maybe what was important to us, or what we thought, was our sacred cow, maybe that's not so much what we're invested in anymore. And others can find that, the ideas that we had about law and order and personal conduct, that maybe those were based on some beliefs or ideologies that are changing in our life, or the way that we see things. Flexibility is a fire thing, fire sign thing, air sign thing. Both of them are pretty darn bendable. So we're learning to be more adaptable in Sagittarius when it comes to what we believe, what we think, and sometimes even learn to laugh at ourselves when it comes to what we think the truth is about something. Enlightenment is a big joke after all. So I think there's a humor that we find in ourselves when we really understand what Sagittarius is about. And we're going to make some progress when it comes to understanding the kind of jokes we play on ourselves and others. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back soon with more videos.